What's up, YouTube? My camera seems so blurry right now. What? Maybe all the X-Class solar flares making the camera blurry. Energy buzzing. Energy buzzing. My energy's buzzing right now. Shit. What a time to be alive, people. Let me smash you with some good ass energy. Take that. Cleanse your aura. Clear your energy. Beautiful sacred smudge. Shift that dense ass energy. All the energy's coming up in you right now because it's trying to shift. So goodbye to it. Goodbye, old energies. Goodbye. Goodbye, toxins. Goodbye, childhood traumas. Get smoked out. This is the good smoke right here. This is the good stuff here. Buzzing. I am buzzing. So we've had some X-Class solar flare activity today, my friends. If you're new here, I'm Susie, and I help people ascend. So feel free to jump on board and check out my energy. It's all about healing here. It's about ascension, enlightenment, ego, and all the goodness. Soul activity, the earth shift. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. Every little thing and every big thing, okay? And I'm just going to get on with it as I sit here and wait for people to jump on. So to my tribe, the lighting's not too bad this time. I'm kind of at a home away from home right now. That's all part of my shift right now. All part of my quantum leap. I'm quantum leaping. I'm going to be flying soon. That's where I'm at right now. Today was a good day. I don't know where you're at. Before this solar activity, we had the full moon energy. We've had like 3 X-Class solar flares in about 4 days. Okay, that's huge. Okay, 3. The AI Atlas. I've spoken a lot about that lately. That's coming closer to the sun. When that's close to the sun, that means more energy is coming through the sun. We had a coronal mass ejection yesterday. That's why I've been keeping you guys posted on the solar activity on the post on my YouTube post section. Because it is hot tamale. And look at me, I'm buzzing. No drugs here. Say no to drugs, kids. Say no to drugs. Okay? I woke up this morning, Sunday here in Australia. First thing, boom. I did a liver detox. I did the coffee enema, flushed my liver, straight on the yoga mat after that. Did some TRE, which is trauma release exercises. If you haven't heard of TRE, okay, look into TRE, okay? And that will shake all the old trauma out of your cells. So that was a really good start to the day for me. And then boom, I spent the day at the beach and just lived my greatest existence and just absorbed all that plasma that was coming through. And then I felt the X-Class. When the X-Class solar flare come through, I was having food, I got back from the beach. I felt the X-Class solar flare come in. And well, I just felt like real sleepy for a sec. But then I was good to go after that. I got like really charged up. So you'll find when the solar activity, sometimes you may feel wiped, like tired and drained. And sometimes you're just like so good to go. You're like me right now. I'm like buzzing. I'm so topped up with energy. I've soaked up the sun today. I've done all the good stuff. I even went to the gym. I did some weights earlier. Then I went for a walk after that. I had some good food. I'm sitting here buzzing, bouncing off the walls. I'm like, shit, I'm going live. Push out some good vibes. Even though I'm sitting here talking to myself right now because no one's on, but it's all good. It is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. So wherever you're at, my friend, on your journey right now, okay? You may be in it thick right now and it feels real deep and dense right now and you're scratching your head thinking, come on, what's going on, man? I've been doing the inner work. I'm trying to recalibrate my frequency. I'm doing the inner work. I'm doing the shadow work. I'm letting go of the past. I'm cutting cords to the past. I'm honoring myself now more. I'm respecting myself now more. Okay, but why does it still feel chaotic? Why am I not where I want to be right now? Okay, but everything is actually happening to serve you, because think about like this, everyone always wants to be, at the end point. When I get there to the end of this path here, that's where I'm going to feel the happiest. When I get there, when I make the amount of money, that's where I'm going to feel more happy, yeah? Or when I meet the lover, the sacred king or the sacred queen, oh shit, that's where I'm going to feel more lovely. No. Remember this on your journey. It's the destination. You've heard this before, right? It's the destination. sorry, it's the journey. It's not the destination, because everybody's trying to get to the destination. But it's here in these moments when we can sit, when we sit in presence. Okay, there's no more suffering. When we can fully allow whatever the present moment is. It may feel comfortable. It may feel raw. Maybe you got grief coming up. Maybe you're feeling anger. You're releasing some old shit. Okay, you're letting it go, and you're feeling uncomfortable. You're feeling uncomfortable in your skin. Yeah, you're feeling it. You're feeling the anxiety. You're feeling depressed. You just don't even want to bother that day. You don't want to get out of bed. Okay? But that's even happening to serve you. You've got to get to that point on your journey, and you will get to that point in your journey, my friends, because you're wise. That's why you're here. Okay? Because this collective here, okay? We hold a similar frequency. Okay? That's why you guys tune in, because you resonate with my teachings. But you'll get there. You'll get to that point in your journey where you're like in such a state of flow. You're like, yeah, shit, I'm in flow state right now. Oh, well, what? That didn't turn out for me. Maybe you trying to, get yourself a promotion or up yourself up in your job or change things up with your business or whatever, but it didn't turn out how you wanted it to. Hello, sister. Welcome here. Good to see you, sis. I hope you're doing well at this time. So maybe that didn't work out for you because it wasn't meant to. But it's the ego. What's that ego? The ego is the suffering, my friends. The ego is like, oh, I want it now. It has to be this way. It has to be that way. That's the ego. You have to watch the ego. Mark that ego up. Yeah, mark it up. Watch it. Observe it. Observe the ego. How it's grabbing you. It's pulling you. It's dominating you. No, actually, that didn't happen because it wasn't meant to happen right now. Right. And then let it go. You have to let it go. When you're manifesting, you try to create your life, right? Okay? Because we're talking new earth, okay? As within, so without. We're healing within. So our frequency within is going to change and shift up. So therefore, we want to, and now our self-worth, you value your self-worth, you honor yourself more, you respect your energy more. So yeah, that's what's going to happen externally on your outside reality. So things are going to change up externally. So as within, so without. So when you're creating and you're manifesting now a new life, a new destination, a new somewhere to live, some sort of change in your business, new people around you. Maybe, you've got projects on the go and you're manifesting that. Watch the ego, because the ego, it needs to be this way. But when we're manifesting and asking and our team of light, our ancestors are working with us to deliver what we've manifested, okay? Watch that ego don't get in the way, because the ego is the block to the manifesting, okay? Hello, Ponraj. Hello. So when you're manifesting, the ego is the block. Watch that. You manifested, you put it out there, you've spoken to the universe. When we speak to our words to the universe, it's so fucking powerful. Especially when you write it down. Write it down, it's powerful. Now kick back. It's already yours, it's going to be delivered. But then watch the ego. When the ego starts to kick in, starts to have doubts now, oh, I don't think that's going to happen now. That's all the ego. That's the block. That's the block. Hi, Rita. Welcome, my friend. Okay, that's the block. So now you just let go. Let it go. And may things, the universe is going to conspire for you. Things are going to change and shift up and stuff. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It has to happen because you've put it out there. You set your intention. Okay. Oh, you're from India. Well, welcome. I'm here in Australia. Is it even now in India, or is it morning? I'm not sure the time difference in India. I think you're the first person who's tuned in from India who's actually notified me. Anyway. You see, so then you end up more in a flow state. Okay? You end up in flow state, you just trust. Oh, it's evening, same here. Okay? You're in flow state now, okay? You let it go. Everything's happening for you. Okay? Me myself, okay, I left an old timeline because I'm ready for a new timeline now because my frequency within changed. Okay? My frequency within changed. That's what I mean. The more inner work you do, the more shadow work you do, your energy is going to shift. So externally, things need to match your frequency. So you can't sit in the old ass energy anymore because you've dumped out a whole heap of old baggage. Now you're ready to go and jump and live your greatest existence. This is your glow up season. Yeah. You've done all that inner work. You've done a lot of inner work, regardless. Doesn't matter where you're at. There's no competition. No one's better than anyone. That's the ego. Watch the ego. Yeah. At this time, especially watch the ego. Okay. So then externally, okay, things have to match your frequency within. So I'm staying now at a home, away from home right now, because I've got a new home coming to me. but I need to come to this destination, okay? And we'll walk on these different ley lines now to get me to where I'm meant to be. I've got a roof over my head. I'm so grateful. And I have no issue manifesting. I manifest like that. I set all this up. But I know what I'm manifesting is coming for me because I just let it go. It's coming. And then the ego will go to be impatient sometimes. Where is it now? What's going to happen? Okay? If you're super present and you're constantly practicing presence, you're practicing presence 24/7 all throughout the day. There's no suffering, what I'm trying to say. Okay? There's no suffering that way. Okay? So try it. Try cultivating your presence. That's part of your spiritual practice. Then you're in flow state. When things in life happen, okay, mishaps happen. You know, you had a situation with, you know, a loved one. Someone just decided to act hectic towards you or whatever. You're in flow state now. You breathe through it because this is lots of testing right now. Because a lot of people are still very unconscious, but it's all happening. It's out of our control. But if that's happening in your energy now, people who you're around, the community you're around, maybe you're in a new community. I'm in a new community, but an old community. I used to be here back in the day. But because I reach a certain state of awareness, I reach, you know, a certain state of my ascension, many people around are not on, is a different frequency is what I'm trying to say. Okay? So for me, I've cultivated a lot within, so I'm not going to get around in my ego and think I'm better than this person or that. It is what it is, okay? And there's people testing, a little bit testing, but that's happening for a reason, okay? Everything is happening for a reason. That's what this video is. Because now you look at the people, you have to find the opportunity there. There's an opportunity there. Someone's acting unconsciously, and shit, there's an opportunity for you to deepen your spiritual practice. Deepen it. What I mean by deepen it, they're acting unconsciously, hectic, and all that. Bring yourself to your breath. That's why you first learn presence, right? Connect inward and just keep observing. Watch the ego. The ego wants to come forward and play. The old ego games wants to step forward and play. That's the old 3D way. We're in a new energy now. You want to keep up with the new energy. There's a two-world split. The old ass energy, the matrix of 3D timelines, or you're going to be floating on the new earth frequency, but you have to do the work. You have to be present constantly 24/7, and you have to pull yourself up on your own shit. So if you're having moments where you're unconscious, you went to sleep for a sec, but then you recognize, yeah, okay, that's you coming back to consciousness, back to awareness. So take self-responsibility at this time because you're going to keep your vibration higher. Because when there's a lot of people acting unconscious and stuff like that, like I said, that's happening for a reason. That's where they're at. That's where people are at. But it's happening to serve you. So if you're in between, like me right now, I'm in between timelines, yeah, maybe you're going in between a timeline yourself, okay? So you're being tested. Yeah, okay, so let's use this opportunity now. I'm going to use this opportunity now to strengthen, okay, my spiritual practice, just to grow more. There's opportunities of growth here, okay? So always trust that. So, you know, when you trust that everything's happening for a reason, look, you know, I went through a lot of traumas in this lifetime, as you guys know. My tribe here, you guys know what I've been through and stuff, you know, after losing my son and that. And, you know, even back then I knew, well, this actually happened for a reason, okay? And I'm so grateful. And every day I honor my son because, man, he helped me ascend big time. I was already on the path. I was already on the path. But after Luke crossed over, shit, he catapulted me. Okay, well, I wasn't going to just take this opportunity and be like, well, that was it. I wasn't going to sit there and play victim and think, shit, this is the end of my days. No, that's an opportunity for growth for me. That was an opportunity. I knew it was happening for a reason, and I could help others along the way. It's made me a better person. Okay, so if you're in it right now and you're in a state of suffering, okay, you're suffering, you don't know what's going on, okay, have a look, find the silver lining. What is this teaching me? What is the lesson here? There's a lesson for me. And triggers as well. Pay close attention to your triggers right now. What are your triggers? What's coming up for you? Okay, because the triggers have themes. You may see, you may be it's the global events right now that are really triggering you. Okay, so if they're the global events that are really triggering you right now, okay, be present with that trigger. Be really present with it, because injustices, we all went through injustices. Past lifetimes we went through injustices. As children, a lot of us as children went through injustices. Silence, sexual trauma, that's an injustice right there. A lot of us couldn't speak up about sexual traumas until we're older. There was no justice, right? So then you've been triggered now because all the injustices in the world. Watching the news, for example, plugged into all that negative shit. What's going to happen? You're going to be triggered constantly. But now you're getting triggered. Well, let's go inward now. Let's look at the trigger then. Be real with yourself, okay? What has this been triggered here? It's injustices. Oh, men acting pervy. Men keep... Look, you know, as a woman, beautiful woman, okay? I'll speak from my experience, and I'm sure a lot of you women can agree with me. You go out, you walk about, you go and you do your thing, you're confident. And men look, okay, cool, we're going to expect that, okay? Men are going to look for someone who's beautiful. I'm a woman, if I find a nice, attractive man, I'll look. But the thing is, some men, they have that real pervy stare, and they stare. They real just want to stare. I'll be at the gym training, and I get the stares and all that. And it was triggering me, my friends. It was really triggering me because I went through the sexual trauma, you see. And I've done a lot of inner work on sexual trauma, don't get me wrong. But now, because I'm in between timelines, I'm on my way to my next destination. I stopped here and I realized why the universe has put me a little hold here, because that's one thing that was still triggering me. I'm like, shit, that was still triggering me. So then I'm going in, I'm doing the inner work that I ain't fucking playing about. You know me, excuse my French. Okay, I ain't playing about. I'm going to sit there then. I'm going to rip this out of me because shadows get lit around here. Transmute it into the fire. Yeah, well, obviously there's still some residual anger there that I had at the childhood sexual trauma, right? So then when men are looking at me all pervy like that, I'm just cruising on trying to do my thing. You don't even know me. You're just looking at me like I'm a piece of meat. You don't even know me. This is me, what's going on in my mind. Watching the egos coming forward now. Shit, I'm normally Zen vibes. I come here in the little holding area here. Wow, but thank you, universe. Thank you so much for that, because goodbye, trauma. Get it all out of me. So I'm sitting here doing my energy work in the evening here, just Zen vibes. Cool, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to rip that shit out. Visualize it, my friends, okay? Go in. Rip it out. You know the trauma? Hey, bro. Rip it out. Rip the trauma out. See the liver. That's where the anger's housed. So then I seen the roots there of the residual anger that I had and my childhood sexual abuser. Yeah, and shit. And I don't play about as a shaman. I have a very imaginative mind. So I'm there, not just digging the roots out and throwing to the face. I pulled out a bobcat energetically. Got my full construction hat on. I'm doing spiritual surgery on myself. Got the bobcat. Gave it the bobcat, busting out all that old ass trauma out of the liver and dumping it into the fire is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to hold on to it. So that's happened for a reason. These men are acting like that. It's serving me. It's the ego that's straight away. And normally, I'm my man, I could make a beautiful meal and bang, all of a sudden it actually sips out of my hands all over the floor, luscious meal is cooked. I'm chill as fuck if that sort of thing happens to me. Flow state, well, it is what it is. Scoop it up, off I go, I'll make another meal, whatever. That's me. It took me a while to get there. I was always reactive. Okay? So with this, now I respond, I don't react. So with this scenario with these men, I was like getting real reactive, like shit, this is actually heavy in me. I'm actually reacting. Not to them, you know, but to someone close to me I've been hanging out with. I'm like, man, I'm reacting like shit, my ego's getting loud, okay? Obviously. So boom. So point is, attention to your triggers, what's coming up for you. Write it down. Now, when you go do the shadow work, yeah, be real with yourself because that's the only way you're going to clear it out. This X-Class Soul Affairs, I keep posting up, my friends, okay, to keep you informed what's going on energetically because that's light, okay? What does it mean? That means that's light coming through the earth. Look at it like this, okay? Say someone has something going on with them. They don't know what's going on with them, okay? Now we bring light to that. It's awareness. Light is awareness. We bring light to that person. Yeah, okay, you're sick. You've been struggling with anxiety and you're having kidney disorders and urine infections, constant. Why? Because you have some trapped energy there. And the trapped energy is of fear energy. How long you had anxiety for? How long you had bladder and kidney issues? How long you had all that for? Oh, 3 years. 3 years. What happened 3 years? Let's go. Because there's a block of fear, maybe 2020, right? People had fear blocked in. Now the fear's blocked into the root chakra. You see what I'm saying? So when you shine light, that it's awareness, then you can start to unpack it because now you understand it. Because the body doesn't just get sick and have physical diseases and cancers and all that stuff. It gets manifested through blocked energy, okay? Emotions, trapped, repressed emotions from childhood, sexual traumas, all that sort of stuff. It gets repressed. So it needs to be released. So when we have all this solar activity, The AI Atlas, you know, the amount of energy that's coming off that because it's so close to the sun and all these X-class solar flares, how does it affect us? Because that's more light. So you look at the whole earth now, everyone on the earth that's been living on the earth who has all these traumas and stuff, everyone has been through traumas. People walking around still with the traumas held deep in themselves. Why is this light so significant? Because light's coming through and blasting it up. Some people aren't even conscious of it. You guys are very conscious, so you guys know. Okay, what's with all this Q&A stuff that keeps coming up? This is some AI business, and get out of my face, Mr. AI. No robot business around here, right? So, yeah, it's nonsense all this AI popping up on here, right? So pay attention, pay attention, because what's coming up for you, it's the time now. If you're going to snooze on it, well, then you're missing the opportunity. Don't miss the opportunity to shift now. As this X-class solar flares, all this increased solar activity, solar maximum cycle 25, my friends, increased solar activity. Yeah, kick back. Yeah, go lay in the sun. I laid in the sun today. I was like, give me the sun. I'm buzzing. Like I said this morning on the yoga mat, I started shaking. Because I've done TRE. If you guys haven't done TRE, trauma release exercises. So you look into trauma release exercises. Because what happens is it releases the trauma from your muscles. You start shaking. Sunshine, baby, sunshine. You start shaking. And because I've done this for years, so every now and then I'm on the yoga mat and then my body's like, ooh, I need to dump out some old ass energy. So I'm shaking. Shake. And I was shaking for a good 40 minutes. I want to get up and go beach already. But I'm like, okay, my body's trying to shift this out. Good, I'm not going to complain. Because why last night? That's what I mean. I was doing that liver, spiritual surgery on my liver with the bobcat, dumping out all that old ass energy, that man, all the residual. So that's happening to serve me here, you see. Another thing as well, as I'm here, staying here temporary, home away from home, right, is this is where I raised my son around here, this area here, 16 years. Between here and just not far, this zone pretty much, is where I raised Luke for 16 years. And this is where I found out of Luke's sexual trauma. This is where Luke, took his life here. This is where all the injustices happened with that corrupt system because of Luke's sexual trauma, all that. This is where it all happened here 3 years ago. You guys remember from my old channel? Remember 3 years ago, I left this area. So shit, I'm done with this old ass energy. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go heal. Did I? Oh, I didn't play about, man. I'm buzzing. Shit. I am buzzing. I didn't play about. But and I've come here, come backwards and forwards and visit. I've got people here. I've got family. I've got tribe here. Right? You remember, brother? One love. One love. Right? So, and then coming here, I've been here a week now. It's been a week today. Wow. It was significant though. And I'm like, okay, I see exactly how the universe is working for me. This is happening for me. So don't play victim. Don't get caught up into that victim nonsense. That's just the ego. Thank you so much, universe. I see why you put a little stall on my house that I'm manifesting. Because here, I've had some really deep grief come up for me here. My baby, my Lukey boy. Dude, Luke took his first steps in the backyard here. Right here, in this back. The family home here. Okay, this is the family home here. Luke took his first steps just out there. You see what I'm saying? So it ripped up some really deep grief. I'm talking deep. Oh, shit. But at the same time, I'm like, thank you so much, universe. Because that needs to come out. And the grief that was coming up with that it was like, yeah, look, I've grieved my son for years, okay? It's been 7 years, okay? It has its highs, it has its lows. I've accepted it now. I'm in flow state. Grief comes up, yeah, I lean in and I feel, but every now and then I'll hit a deep pocket. Shit, I hit a deep pocket because it was like I was like grieving what Luke went through. That was significant, you know. So I sat there and I released all that, and that was just last night. But that's what I mean. It was so fucking deep. But today I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I have so much energy, you know. I'm tiring myself out actually because I have so much energy. But you can only train so much during the day. You can only do so much. I'm just like, okay, just trying to and because it's such a different area, like I've gone from one part of the earth to a different part of the earth, and the ley lines here are very high vibrational compared to where I've just come from, where I was the last 3 months. Prior to that, I was in the most beautiful ley lines. I tell you now, it healed me thoroughly, like really deeply and really good. But now here, different ley lines. So my body, my central nervous system as well. And plus, I was like in the country here, it's like pretty suburbia. So my central nervous system now is like trying to recalibrate, and I'm like, whoa. But I'm so grateful because it's all serving me. It's all happening. One love, everyone. Okay. So just remember, wherever you're at, okay, I know a lot of you guys have been having a really hard time lately. You guys have been purging real deeply lately. I know who's serious here, okay? I feel you guys. I tap in. You tapping in? Yeah? Okay? So just keep releasing whatever's come up for you. Just be with it. Just accept that. If you can come to a point where you can accept the emotions as they fluctuate. Because, 1 minute you'll be fine, you'll be buzzing, you'll be real good. And the next minute you may be triggered, and thank that trigger. Okay, honor that trigger. Thank you so much, trigger. Thank you, person. Thank that person. Thank you for triggering me, because you made me realize that there's still some residual anger in me. You made me realize there's still something that I haven't quite healed in me. Yeah, so you thank it all. Then you're in a state of flow state. Okay, the ego is no longer dominating you. You're present. Okay, because presence is where it's at, my friends. Okay, when you're present, if you find yourself constantly whinging and complaining about this and that, like, bring yourself to the present moment. Okay, the ego gets addicted. Listen to this: the ego gets addicted to nonsense. The ego gets addicted to drama and gossip. Why? Because that's the role of the ego. The ego is trying to survive, right? So watch, when you're sitting there, you're paying close attention to your mind constantly. Some people say to me, I'm just sitting there like that. Some people said to me, what do you think about Susie? You look deep in thought. I'm not. I don't even think. I'm just observing the thoughts. I'm zenned out. I'm tuned in. I'm eating. Okay, I'm feeling my body. I can hear externally. I can hear what's going on out there. That's presence. So keep practicing presence. Because when you're in a state of presence, you can't suffer. Because when the emotion comes up, when the raw grief comes up, or when someone is just really deep in their ego and really unconscious and just talking nasty or just acting a fool, okay, you're so fucking present. That's when you have to hone in on your presence, because that's when you feel like your ego is trying to come forward. Nah, you're done with those days. You watch that ego, yeah, just wants to. That's the ego. It's not the real you. Though the ego just wants. But I just want to say that, but it's the ego. So pay attention to it. Okay, that's how you shift. End all suffering in the present moment. Let wherever you're at right now, because like I said, peace isn't a destination. I said that way back in the day when Luke was still physically here. I said that all I wanted was peace. That's all I wanted. I'd study all the spiritual books. I'd go and visit monks. I'd go out into the bush. I'd meditate. I'll zenitate. Everything. Because I'm chasing peace. And I think, shit, I don't got to chase peace anymore. It's not anywhere but here. It's like time. Time doesn't exist, right? Yesterday's done. We can't change what had happened yesterday. Yes, sometimes it's sad because, we miss people we love in spirit. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay. But then also that's the opportunity there that's serving you too, because it's teaching you to practice non-attachment. I'm no longer attached now to my son physically. Oh, I miss him. I have photos of him. That's the physical Luke. But I'm no longer attached physically, because if I'm attached physically, I'll suffer. But then they take it another level now. I'm no longer attached spiritually now, even. I never thought I'd get there either, because then I'd suffer. Because before I was always like, drop into meditation, whatever. I'm thinking, Luke, come and visit mum. And Luke wouldn't come visit mum. What? Luke's doing light work too, remember that, okay? And then, oh, Luke, come to my dreams. Luke wouldn't come to my dreams. Well, then I'll suffer, because I'll be like, next day I'll feel sad. Oh, Luke didn't come. Or whatever, Luke then. Whatever. But then I'm like, yeah, I get you busy. Cool. Go do your light work. You see? So it's non-attachment. Non-attachment. Complete surrender, because there's no suffering. That's where the peace is at. Like Brian says, peace is within. Okay? Oh, thanks, Brian, brother. Okay? Peace is within. And then even last night, I was just fully accepted. It was beautiful. Like, I welcome that. When whatever comes up and arises, I welcome that. And so it was a really deep cry last night. It was real deep. I was like, shit, that was through the heart center, boy. But I was doing that, digging out all that from the liver. At the same time, I'm opening my heart, open. I forgive. Forgiveness is key. Okay? You'll get there. You will forgive the people. I'm telling you now, you'll forgive everyone. You'll get there. You got to put that energy there, though. Don't just say it. Act it, though. When people act a certain way, come back to your heart in that moment. Someone's acting hectic towards you, being rude, acting foolish, driving their ass car behind you, tailgating, whatever. Breathe. Bring yourself back to the present moment. And in that moment, say, I choose to anchor unity in this now moment. Because now the energy and the ego energy behind it will shift. You see what I'm saying? It will shift. Bring yourself to that present moment, straight away back to the breath. I choose to anchor unity in this moment. you discharge the energy charge. It's so intense, you just discharge it a bit. So practice that, write that one down. Okay, write that one down. And then so last night after that, when then Luke come and visited me, didn't he? I wasn't even expecting him. He's so funny. I was in a thrift shop. And Luke loved cheezels. You know the cheezels, the chips in the blue box, okay? They're cheezels. Gross. But Luke loved them, okay? And so I was in a thrift shop just the other day, and there's this cheesel. It's like a dude's shirt. I'm like, it was the most funniest thing. It was like a dude's shirt. Bro, you would laugh, bro. Funny. It's like a dude's shirt, had the buttons and that. And straight away, I had a laugh. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking of Luke. Because me and Luke, we communicate, and you probably guys do too. Okay? Or if not, you'll get there. Where you communicate telepathically with your loved ones. You don't even, it's just like you're communicating like that. Straight up, me and Luke are laughing. I took a photo and I sent it to his best friend. She lives in another state from here. And I sent it to her. So we all had a laugh. And then, my mum went into the same thrift shop. And then she sent me a photo of the Cheezel shirt. It was just so funny, right? I do, bro. I talk to Luke all the time. Mum sends me the photo of the Cheezel shirt. It was so funny. And I'm like, yeah, that's Luke's shirt. Having a laugh because, you know, we've got to have that inside joke still. So then last night, after I had that big purge, Luke comes through. Man, he's just buzzing. When Luke comes through, I know, because you've got to use spiritual discernment at this time. You may think it's your loved ones, okay? Keep cultivating your third eye. Keep using spiritual discernment, because remember, other energies of a low vibration, demonics, whatever you want to call them, okay? All these labels, whatever. It's just low vibe energy, okay? They can imposter. They can pretend to be your mum in spirit. They can pretend to be your child in spirit. So you'll learn discernment, okay? Cultivate your third eye. Stay clear. Stay clear. Stay in your heart. Because if you're getting around and you're judging people, for example, then the energies that will come to you are going to be judgy, low vibe ass energies, what I mean, as within, so without. Okay? So Luke comes through, and I love sunflowers. That's one of my favourite flowers. Luke straight away, I finish a big purge, I'm sitting there just recovering. And Luke comes up with a big sunflower, brings me the sunflower. I was like, thanks, baby. I love this, communicating with Luke. Then he shows me he's sitting out there in the other room, in the lounge room, with that Cheezel shirt on. He's sitting there with the Cheezel shirt on, his feet up on the fucking couch like that. He's got the Cheezel shirt on, and I'm just cracking up. I was laughing but then I was sobbing at the same time, because when Luke really comes through like that, it makes me cry. It's so funny, bro. It makes me cry at the same time, because it's like, it's just so tangible. Like, he's so here. He's so here. And if you have a loved one in spirit, my friends, and you haven't felt them or experienced them yet, doesn't mean you won't. You just gotta just be patient, okay? Just let go, because that's what I found, okay? At first, I just wanted Luke all the time, but I let go. I focus on the healing. When you focus on the healing, things will shift, and then you're going to open up more. Your third eye, your crown will open more. Then it's easier for them to communicate. As you raise your vibration, it's easier for them to meet you now, because spirit now, when they leave and transcend their body, their vibration is so high. Talking fifth dimension, sixth dimension, high. I don't know what dimension, but it's very high. It's angelic high, right? So when they come and visit us when we're suffering or hurting, they got to drop their vibration, which is hard for them. They got to drop their vibration to meet us, because here on the earth plane, the earth is so dense. But now, as the veil is thinning, all these X-class solar flares, okay, you're healing, okay, you're opening up more, the veil is thinning. It means you have access to your loved ones like that. You think of them, okay, and you'll see it's just so beautiful, okay. He has a beautiful energy. You feel his realness. It's beautiful. And yeah, some of you guys can feel Luke, okay? It's really precious. So he's sitting there and he's got this Cheezel shirt on, his feet up on the thing. He cracks me up. And he's just so funny. Luke was always a comedian. He always made me laugh. Then he goes to the kitchen, and because Luke loves sweets. I used to rip my hair out all the time with this kid. I tell you now, 16 years old. He's independent. He's gone to TAFE. He's working. So he's going to the store, means he's buying junk food and shit like that. I used to rip my hair out. I'm like, bro, like a sugar man, you know? I always rip my hair out. So he goes into the kitchen. That's what he's done. He's got the kettle going. He makes himself the hot Milo drink with all the little, because he loved marshmallows, had all the little marshmallows on top. And he makes me a chamomile tea. He goes and sits on the couch, sitting there. That's Luke. He's like still looking after mum, you know? So, you know, that all happened for a reason. Luke crossed over for me to ascend. Like, shit, he catapulted my ascension. So, as much as I miss my kid, like, Dan, at the same time, like, I used to think it was bittersweet, but now it's such a beautiful thing, because we're closer than ever. And then he showed me as well, like, me and him, because we had many lifetimes together, because we're soulmates, me and Luke. We roamed lifetimes, and he showed me back then, we're sitting there on our throne, me and Luke, right side by side. Facts, brat. Luke's got his crown on, and I've got my crown on. We're just sitting there side by side. He's even here now being funny. He's waving at you, bro. So yeah, it's cool, man. It's all good. It's all good. I hope you guys are staying hydrated now on the water, man. Oh, so yeah, just stay in flow state, my friends. Everything happens for a reason, okay? Where you're at right now. Trust. Can you just trust that your higher self has your back? Trust the plan, okay? Because sometimes we don't know the answers, okay? We know sometimes we know what we want, but sometimes we don't know the answers. We don't know how to get to where we want to get. So then when you don't know, that's what I do. When I really don't know, I'm pretty in tune, I'm pretty onto my shit. But when I really don't know, I leave it to the universe. I surrender to spirit. All right, okay? All right, universe, show me the way then. Say that. Please show me the way then, universe. And the universe will show you the way. It will give you the direction. You have to slow down to be able to understand how your guidance is coming in. Guidance comes through in many different ways. People who are new to the journey, like they start off with the angel numbers, for example, the 111, the 444, and all that, and they get real excited, like, yes, yes, and then they say, look up, this what this meaning of this. This is just starting now. Okay, some people just starting off that way because they're synchronicities. This is the way there's the universe talking to you. It's an easy way for people to know because they're getting these angelic numbers lots of times in their day. They're getting this for weeks now. Yes, you see, because now you've spoken to the universe. Now the call's been answered. What I'm trying to say, yeah, cool. But then you'll start to see how the universe starts to answer your call in other different ways. You're praying, you're asking for guidance or whatever. Okay, tap in, bro, tap in. You're praying, you're asking for guidance and stuff. Okay, and now you pay attention because the universe will speak to you in so many different ways. Your guides, when I say guides, okay, I'm very specific with that. My guides, which are my ancestors, not all of my ancestors though, are my ancestors that are assisting me with the ascension at this time for the highest good for myself and all who benefit from my light. So that's my guides. Okay. So don't get pulled into all that nonsense out there, new age spiritual community where you got all these hundreds of guides and you're calling all sorts of guides from here, there, and everywhere. Like, well, you want guides, bro? You want guides? You're gonna get guides, but are they gonna be for your highest good type of guides? Believe me, I learned. Remember, I lost my son, so I was calling everyone, man. I had every Tom, Dick, and Harry up in here around me trying to be guides. I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Who's this now? All these energies coming up. Shafty ass energies too, like shit. I had to learn, man. By taught or no, I learned to empower myself. That's my guidance, is my intuition. So when you're asking, you're speaking to, the universe, I go directly to the creator. I say, God, universe, this is what I need. And I know that my ancestors, well, bang, they're going to start moving things, going to get the ball rolling, okay? I'll be out in public now. And then there's one person, for example, this is other ways how the universe is guiding you, how you can pay attention to the guidance. You're out there, and then bang, you're just walking, go for a walk along the beach, whatever, and then you heard someone say something, but it really stood out to you what that person said. They said one line, it really stood out, and you felt it was for you. That means it was for you. That was your message. That's a form of guidance right there. Okay? A synchronicity, something that will happen repeatedly. Like you keep hearing a certain song, and that song you just felt like, oh my God, it's answering. This is what I've asked. This is a sign. So pay attention. These are the signs. That's what I mean. We're constantly guided like all the time. You're never on your own. So believe that. So trust everything happens for a reason. Maybe you're just in a place right now where you feel uncomfortable, you don't understand it. Just trust and surrender. Surrender is everything. Surrender is the key. Hey, Hashed, good to see you, bro. Okay, surrender is key, and then just watch it. The universe will just carry you, and you just glide. But the main goal is just stay present, because you can't ask for guidance and stuff and then be in your head all the time. You're in the head all the time, then you're suffering, you're frustrated all the time, and you're constantly fucking worrying about this, and just you got the panties in a bunch 24/7. How are you meant to receive guidance if you're in your head, your ego? Guidance is coming from spirit. So how can you expect guidance to come to you from spirit if you're not even tuned into your own spirit? You see what I'm saying? So pay attention to your distractions. What are your distractions? Are you workaholic? Are you like addicted to gaming? Pay attention where you're self-sabotaging yourself. Yeah, you don't have to self-sabotage anymore. Awareness is everything. Be real with yourself. Get a pen and pad out. Write down what areas in life am I self-sabotaging. Look at that. We're in a shift. Like you could take this time and use it wisely, or you can just get caught up and let the matrix eat you up. With people out there getting eat up in the matrix, man. I walk past people all the time, especially here on this earth that I'm standing on now. I'm walking around blasting lights because people are getting eaten up out there in Matrix. And like all the light workers now, we've got to step up. We need to step up our game. How can we go out there and do the light work if we can't even maintain our own light? Through presence, through the body work. Wake up, do the body work. There's no excuse. You're tired? Okay, well, maybe try it later on this afternoon. Take a day off if you need to, but stay onto it. Keep onto your body work. Your body needs to be functioning well at this time. Clear out the parasites. Eat clean. Drink the water. Bless the water. Talk to the food. Hug the trees. All that. I'm always talking about all that. Energy is going to come your way because you get brighter. It's like when the flame, when there's like, that saying, you got the flame. Hi, Verba. The Verba. Hey, the Verba. I love some of you guys' names, eh? Okay? It's the light. What happens to light? The moths come to the light, right? So that's you, you're the light. So you may experience some energies come your way, but you get to a point, you don't even flinch anymore. Okay? I've had some demonic energies come charge up on me. I don't flinch anymore because I know, like, I'm light. Of course, the darkness is going to see the light, but the light transmits the darkness. But if you buckle and you feel scared and you're like, oh shit, oh no, it's a demon or whatever, like, why? There's no need to be scared. When you know who you truly are, when you know your angelic strand, when you know you stand closest to God because of your frequency, because you've cultivated your heart, that's when you know you're safest, because you are like, how do you say this? Weird, I don't know. God, the universe, I don't even like the word God, it's just weird, okay? It's religious, but the universe, God, is your bruv, your best friend. That's how you get about. What are you going to be scared for? You're laying that night and you get some crazy ass demon try to jump in your room. Like, what? Because you're like standing there with your homeboy, which is God, or Luke, or your ancestors, or whoever, You know what I mean? Hashtag says, doctors diagnosed me with kidney cancer. I'm in warrior mode. Did you just recently get diagnosed with kidney cancer, my bro? I'm clearing now. I'm clearing some of your energy. I just do it automatically. I'll put you in my healing circle. And I'll send you some energy. Okay. So with the kidneys, okay, work on the root chakra, my friend. Okay. Come to the root chakra and focus there on your meditations now. Okay. Do that for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight. Put all of your awareness onto the root chakra. Okay. You're welcome. Put all the awareness there, because what happens is the kidney cancer, anything kidney related, okay, all those lower glands, okay, is because the root chakra is a lot of dense energy. Okay. Are you experiencing anxiety? Okay, so bring that the energy there when you meditate. Just bring your awareness down to the root chakra, red in color, base of the spine, and also look at ridding the body of parasites, because there's links between parasites and cancer. Okay, and you guys know me. I advocate herbs all the time, but I got to the point where I had to use one of the prescriptions. You're very welcome. Okay, fenbendazole. Yeah, FENBND. FENBNDAZOLE. You know how many people have cured? Do you know how many people have cured their cancer because they eliminated the parasites? Okay? There's certain things you can't say on certain platforms because, okay? So please look into that. There's a link there. Okay? I have read testimonials, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. The people, they cured the cancer, kidney cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer, because they pulled out all that. People using ivermectin, all that. And I said, I love herbs. The herbs are good. But if you got to get to that point where it's out of hand now and all that, maybe you need to just look at using a little bit of Big Pharma just for a short amount of time. That's what I did. Because remember, I had that one in my liver. Okay, that was really bad. You guys remember? You remember? It was in my liver. It took me a long time. I was doing herbs. I'm like, what's going on? They're breeding and laying and breeding and laying. Shit. End up going down and oh, where do you get this stuff from, Susie? Dude, I was buying this medicinal like this. You know how people go and sell weed? Dude, I was buying it from like literally like a weed dealer. Like, dude, I need some of this and I'm buying this pharmaceutical. No shit. I never thought I would actually, because I don't even take Panadol. I never thought, but I needed to, because it's the strongest thing that will eradicate the liver fluke. And I thought, and this has been going for a long time. I was drained. I was tired. My eyes were going yellow. I was full on. You guys remember? I think I spoke about it a while back. So, but there's many beautiful herbs out there. Clove, look into clove oil, okay, my friends. If you're doing parasite cleanses, okay, look into clove oil. Clove oil is very, very potent. Please make sure you're doing your research, okay? And that's happening for a reason, okay? when we get to the point where we're that sick, okay, you really got to be real. It's the reason. What am I still holding on to? Okay, let's have a look now. Okay, and in this mentality now, bring the mentality in it, bro. Know that you're already healed. Know you're healed, and you're going to get some good energy from my end. Okay, so when I do my next healing session, you're in it. Okay. So we have to be real with ourselves, because that matrix ain't trying to help anyone heal. Okay, you thought that was a toll, dude. I was just like, what the fuck is this? I said, is this man-made? Just like Lyme disease is man-made. You know that? Made in a lab. They made that. So yeah, I was fighting that, and that's what I'm thinking. Has I been targeted? Is the light warrior targeted with parasites? Bit shit. You'll be alright, my bro. You'll be alright. Okay, you got this. Look into it. And all of our family here, please, if you're watching the replay or in the live stream, I ask that you please send some good, loving, healing energy. And we make a prayer right now, that we pray that our brother, hashtag 2000 here, our Star family, okay, finds the strength within to heal, that he's already healed, knows that he's already healed, and that all that is dense and heavy within his cells can now be transmuted into the light, and the love, peace, and forgiveness can course through his cells, raising his vibration, and just holding that frequency, okay? Holding that frequency. You're welcome, okay? Because that's how powerful we are. We are so powerful. Like I said, I'm sitting there and I'm pulling old things out just last night, some old anger, residual anger from my liver. How? Energetically. I don't got to go no matrix. I don't got to go other healer. I've empowered myself. My energy's only gotten potent over the years. Why? I thank all my traumas. It all served me. As I said, everything comes for a reason. And I sit here and energetically I'm visualizing a bobcat, like boom, going into my liver, like scooping out all this shit. Do that, bro. Get in. Okay? Get into the liver. Okay? Get into the kidney. Okay? See the roots. Visualize the roots. You don't even know what it is. Just see the roots then. Pull them out. Set yourself sacred space. Light the candle. Okay? Pull it out. Throw into the transmute it. Keep doing that. And maybe this is an opportunity for you now to really tap into your spiritual gifts, because a lot of you guys here are shamans, are healers. Some of you know it. Some of you don't know it. It's time to be more empowered, so we can thank all this solar activity that's happening now, because it's empowering us more. We're tapping in. We're becoming more powerful. We are becoming more powerful. It's crazy. It's just like, it feels so surreal sometimes. It's like, whoa, you lived a certain way most of your life, and now you come to, and then you come to, you go through dark night of soul, you get ripped apart and all that, and you're healing, you're pulling all your parts back, all your soul parts back, and you're becoming more enlightened, and it's becoming more flow state. You just zenned out. Everything's happening for a reason. Everything's serving you. Bang, that's just your existence now. Sometimes you feel a little bit impatient. Let's cultivate a bit of patience. And that's one thing I know sometimes. I've got to pull myself up sometimes. I'm like, hang on, Suzanne. I'd be serious with myself. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, hello, hang on, Suzanne. You need to cultivate a little bit of patience right now. Because, yeah, actually, this is happening for a reason, right? So bring patience in on your healing journey, my friends, okay? I send you so much love, Hashhead. Ascension, baby. It's all about that ascension. I guess I'll let you guys go. Yeah, my energy's like calmed down. You see me at the start of the video, it's like buzzing, boy. I was like buzzing. So I'm gonna sleep lusciously tonight. Hope you guys all have a good sleep, and if you're daytime there, I hope your day is nice and vibrant and lit, just like you, my beautiful, amazing friends. All right. So yeah, with the space weather as well, I feel like it's going to keep ramping up. So yeah, please stay hydrated, stay grounded, and get outside, get the sun, because we're soaking up the light codes. What does that mean? When you're soaking that up, when you're connected to the earth, you're absorbing it in more. You're helping it reach your cells, which is going to help purify you. Going to clear out all that old ass energy that's causing cancer. So you're going to zap and fry out all these parasites and all that. Okay, so fenbendazole, FENBENDAZOLE, fenbendazole. They have a protocol. They have a protocol for cancer protocol, and they have a protocol for the parasite protocol. Okay, people use the ivermectin for that reason too. Okay, this is what people are doing. I ain't trying to get censored, but you know what I'm trying to say, my friends. Okay, you gotta stay sharp. The Matrix ain't trying to help anyone heal. No. If I pass on one thing to one person, that's what you do. Pass on one bit of wisdom. Just pass one beautiful drop of seed of something to someone. that can help their health today, or can help them expand their awareness, or can help them with one key of their healing, you're doing God's work. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Stay up, my beautiful friends, and I'll see you lovely people real soon, okay? Lots of love. And again, let's just keep blasting hashtag lots of energy. Good love, my friend. You're good. You're already healed. Know that, okay? Stay strong, tribe, yeah. Love you, Brian, brother. Love you, Rita. Love yous. And we are going to the top, is what I'm trying to say. We are flying. Look at our wings. We can fly. You. See you soon.